I want people to understand that it happens all the time. These people who you talk to every day and associate with every day, they don't look at you as an equal. They definitely look at you as lesser than them. And, you know, stuff like that sucks.
How you feeling about this?
I mean, it's better now that I'm sitting here talking with you and I kind of know what it's going to be like. So, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, don't forget the mic. That's important.
If you've ever sought to understand the depths of pain,
What compelled you to want to come forward with your story?
I just really wanted to talk about it and how subtle some of the statements can be.
I try not to dwell on it. I try to move forward.
the very fact these women did not want to be identified for this story will tell you all you need to know.
I would be worried that they would see me making these type of statements and then start prejudging, and I would have to deal with retaliation. And
One is Hispanic, the other transgender.
I think it's because I want to push back on what I perceive as kind of a culture of casually dismissing people like me as not human or not good enough to be treated like a human.
And where they differ in background.
I was shoved into lockers. I was dumped upside down into trash cans. I was a rag doll for people.
They and their families do not differ in experience.
so when my grandma was younger, she was born here in New Mexico, right? And when she went to school, she would get beat for speaking Spanish, right? And so she did teach that to anybody in the family after. There's that stereotype that people of color are aggressors. So when you get somebody at work who's saying really negative statements such as, you know, only drug dealers could buy nice cars or something like that, you can't really get in their face and yell at them, you know what I mean? You can't get aggressive because then you'll be turned into the bad guy. And even within my family, a lot of the things that my aunt says, it really upsets me, makes me mad, but I can't say anything because I will be the bad guy.
What does that do to you, knowing that racism has bled into the one place you would assume is safe?
It sucks. When I was younger, I used to socialize a lot and hang out and all that stuff, but now I'm so guarded that it really takes me a while to build trust with somebody.
You know, the very first time I think I experienced hate directly because of being who I am was during the end of my marriage, which ended with a violent assault.
Data supports what these women feel. A study by the International Society for Traumatic Stress Studies found 68% of people who were the victim of hate speech or a hate crime said they experienced PTSD symptoms like numbing, avoidance, and re-experiencing. The effects also go deeper, since it's not just an attack on belief, it is one on identity.
Because I would also look in a mirror and say, "The hell are you?" It was like I didn't believe in who I was. What led me to where I am today is euphoria, bursts of euphoria that were very intense. I couldn't, you know, I would just hit the ground crying because it was so powerful and it was so beautiful.
Perhaps this is why we call those who endure this kind of hate survivors.
You know, in a way, I feel it has kind of made me a better person because I do not hold those same type of judgments towards people.
There's no way any of this harassment could ever drive me back. I'm stubborn, and it only makes me more determined.
I'm Dan Grossman.